This is Crime Cruise, Love Boat Exposed. Saturday on the Love Boat. The podcast that hunts down and tears apart shenanigans on this classic TV show.
I see an awful lot of bodies who really have nothing to be ashamed of.
When laws, morals, and behavior go rogue.
She's a student of marine biology, and I know a lot of Marines who like to study her biology.
We are there.
Saturday on the Love Boat, Julia's game to join an all-male club, but she's shocked at the things they ask her to do.
Now, from Studio 109, welcome aboard.
I think it's time you and I got to know each other better. A man is very lonely at sea.
Yes, I can imagine.
All right. Hey, everybody. I am your host, Rob. I'm with co-host Charlotte and producer Caleb, and we're here for yet another episode of Crime Cruise Love Boat Exposed.
High seas and low morals.
Yes, never forget that, high seas and low morals. So, tonight we're taking a deep dive into 2 episodes. We wanted to combine the 2 because we figured there's more potency if we just took episode... Is it 18 and 19, producer Caleb?
18 and 19.
Season 1, Love Boat, episodes 18 and 19. And I believe we're probably in 1978 where these episodes live forever, buried.
The year I was born.
Really? 78?
Yes, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you very
Awesome.
much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
So we have something. So we have these 2 episodes buried in 78, and we have you very much born.
Alive.
Born in 78. Okay, so we like to dig up the graves of these episodes. Watery grave it is.
Mm-hmm.
And why, producer Caleb, did we decide to take episode 18 and 19 and combine them into one show? Give us reasons. What are we about to say?
The honest reason is because there wasn't much to go for in episode 18.
Right.
But the fun reason is just for the heck of it. Just 'cause
I like things
just
for the
'cause
heck
I
of
wanted, Just because I wanted to do it.
And that's why he's the producer.
He is. Charlotte, what do we tell people this show is about? How would you explain it if you're on the street, you see a group
I've been on lots of streets, walking down said streets.
you see a group of strangers, say,
Yeah.
walking toward you.
Yeah.
You surmise that they're safe and friendly. And how do you explain the podcast to these strangers?
Well, I would explain it as 3 different people from 3 different generations watching the Love Boat, some of us for the very first time, and finding out what is so up about it.
Right.
Perfect.
Because there's a lot
Right.
to unravel.
Good God.
Like, you could literally not get away with any of this stuff today.
And we're at what, 20 and 23, and we're looking back to 1978. Producer Caleb, how many years is that?
At least 3.
All right. Not funny. You have a calculator there, right? So let's go ahead and say 2023, 2023 minus
45.
45 years.
45 years.
Wow.
It's a long time
Flipping
to be
years.
walking down the streets explaining things to people.
Yeah.
Well, we know things are very wrong
Very wrong.
back in those days.
But it's also like really funny and humorous that
is.
it was on TV, and I'm sure multiple people watched it together,
Right.
men, women alike, and like all laughed at the same scenes, which is also disturbing in a little bit of a way. But I'm ready for it.
Well, we are here to pin them to the mat,
Yeah, we are.
and we're going to call them on everything they've done wrong
Everything.
45 years ago.
Yeah.
So
They need to
Why
repent.
not?
there's no reason why not.
Yeah.
They have to repent for their sins.
Yep.
I like how you say that. Okay, producer Caleb, just give us a quick rundown. What happens in these 2 episodes, episodes 18 and 19?
Episode 18, Steubing has his clumsy nephew on board. Steubing wants him to be a captain, but he wants to be a ballerina.
Oh my God, he literally can't. He's like 6'5".
You're making this up, no?
No.
Right.
There is a thief or a robber, not rubber, a robber, who falls in love with a cop.
Right.
There's a little bit of money embezzling going on.
Right.
And then the designated ugly friend feels left out because her hot friend is getting all the male attention.
So you're saying, and I don't know that I understand this, there's a rubber that falls in love with a cop.
No, not a condom.
Robber.
Not a condom.
No.
Not a
There
condom.
are no condoms. It's Love Boat.
There's no Trojans here.
Or Magnums.
Right. See, look at
I
Caleb.
wish I
Wow.
know
He just
that.
like, I don't know.
I don't even want to know. Wow. All right. We do get close here in the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that close.
No.
All right. Well, let's roll this.
We can't all be bartenders.
We can't all be cruise directors either.
Julie's with the nephew.
Easy. Really. Watch.
He's a doofus. tall, lanky,
Julie is walking over.
glasses.
Hello. You look like you could use a pillow.
Oh, thank you. It's nice of you. You, doing anything tonight?
Uh-huh. Working till midnight.
What are you doing at midnight?
Going to bed with a good book and a bourbon and water.
Would you
My kind of girl.
believe me if I told you my name is Jack Daniels?
That's funny. You look more like old granddad to me.
Oh,
Nice try.
Okay.
Sickening.
It is sickening. In a
What
sense.
our listeners didn't see, there was a man who was probably in his 70s.
Easily.
Right.
Yeah. And he was definitely hitting on Julie.
As someone who gets hit on by old men all the time, I just want to ask them, like, what are you thinking?
Right.
Like, do you literally think this is going to happen?
Well, and that was a particularly silly old man.
It
too.
was a very silly old man. And then he said his name was Jack Daniels. Gross. Like, I remember in college, one of my friends got pulled over by a cop and they said, my name is Kendall Jackson. And I thought it was the funniest thing I'd ever heard in my life. But, like, Jack Daniels kind of works too.
All right. Well, producer Caleb, any thoughts before we move on to the next scene?
No, let's hit it.
All right, let's roll.
Let's hit it. That's what that old dude wanted to do.
Okay, we got two people in bed on this scene.
To quote an old cliche, I don't know very much about you. I do know you just lost your job.
Two people in bed.
What are you going to do for money?
He's naked.
that isn't going to be a problem.
He has pajamas.
How the hell can I be in love with you? We're total strangers.
What is there to decide? I love you. You love me. We'll just go off into the sunset, live happily ever after. The end.
You left out one small point.
Money.
Money.
How about $1 million?
$1 million?
I'm thinking she's a hooker. He's got a suitcase full of cash. He's about to...
Why does she have to be the hooker? Maybe he's the one that's a hooker.
Maybe. He's unzipping something. A suitcase full of cash. Oh, it's cash.
Million.
What did you do? Break the bank in Las Vegas?
I broke the bank in Los Angeles.
Did you embezzle it?
That's one way of putting it.
Well, that's the only way of putting it.
Another way.
I stole it.
She's gone.
Stephanie.
She's leaving.
I love you, and I'm a thief.
I love you too, Bill. And I'm a cop.
Boom.
Wow.
If I had $1 for every time someone said I love you, but I'm a thief, I'd be rich.
Really?
No, I know.
Where do you go with that scene?
You get arrested on the boat? I don't know.
She's not going to arrest him. She literally just slept with him.
Okay, so producer Caleb,
Right?
we see them in bed. They've had sex.
Yes.
You know, they rub the naughties, whatever you people say down in Australia.
The naughties is definitely not what people say anywhere.
They've shagged
They
a root.
they don't say that anywhere, Rob.
The official term is they've shagged a root.
Right.
They've
okay.
shagged a root.
I don't know your terminology down
We
there.
just taught people.
below the equator.
Yeah.
My language.
But okay.
Yeah.
But they've had sex, right? Right.
Why is she still fully dressed, though?
I don't know. And law enforcement is not allowed to have sex when they're, ready.
She's in international waters.
But still,
She's also on vacay.
right. Okay. I'm
See
sure
what I'm
there's
saying?
some legal problems there, though.
Yeah, well, now she knows that he stole, so she's technically involved now.
Why don't we just roll the next scene?
Sure you won't change your mind.
I'm sorry, Bill. There are times when I really hate being a cop. This is one of them.
Well, that's good. I like a girl with convictions. Only why did it have to be you?
I really should tell the captain. He should have confined you to quarters or had you handcuffed or... I can trust you, can't I?
Haven't taken advantage of you so far, have I?
What?
Okay.
Then when we get back to Los Angeles, you're going to turn me in. Why did you have to turn out to be a cop?
Why did you have to turn out to be a crook?
Girl, just throw your badge over the boat, hook up with your dude, and run off to like Antigua or something with $1 million.
And my God, isn't that an age-old problem?
Really?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Thank you,
just
Charlotte.
do it, girl.
Right.
Forget the job. They both should just get married on the boat, and then she cannot testify against him in court. Boom. I just
Yes.
solved the
Wow.
whole
Jinx.
episode.
Yeah, I'm with you. I
Thank
think
you.
that's the way it goes.
That's the way it goes.
Let's just see where this goes.
You see the cop?
Yeah, she's waiting in the lobby at the bottom of the stairs, waiting for something.
Or someone.
somewhat.
Mr. Thompson hasn't come back on board yet, has he?
I don't see him. Looks like we're gonna sail without him.
Well, then can I use your phone? I have to call L.A.
Well, the phones are all disconnected while we're in port, ma'am. Sorry.
Well, is there a phone on the dock?
Well, yes, but the gangway's up. You'll have to wait till we're at sea. I'm sorry.
She's torn.
Mhm.
She's back in her cabin.
There's a letter in her closet.
It says Stephanie.
It better be filled with $1 million.
That tiny letter?
I know. So disappointing.
Maybe a check. She's opening the letter.
Darling, I love you, but I've been planning this for a long time. If you're ever in Rio, look me up. Love, Bill.
He's done a
Girl,
runner.
go to Rio.
He's done a runner.
And you just need to look for a bill.
Who wouldn't do a runner? If a cop just said they were going to arrest him, they had $1 million, I would totally run immediately.
Baffling story.
And like also like thank goodness he went to Brazil because there's no extradition there. I've looked these things up just in case I ever need to leave the country.
Just in case she gets $1 million.
Yeah, just in case I get $1 million handed to me illegally. Where am I going to go? France, Brazil. There's places.
She did not seem like a hardened cop. She seemed like she was having her emotions tied into everything.
Because she's with the LAPD. None of those are hardened cops.
They're very emotional.
Oh, yes.
You know that?
Well, I lived in LA for many years. Like, they're not that invested in their jobs.
Did you know a cop out there?
I did not know a cop out there. The cops, no. I stayed far away from any cop in Los Angeles.
That ends up being the end of episode 18, season 1. Producer Caleb, anything to add before we wrap up this episode?
This episode was not very morally questionable. It was actually a pretty funny episode.
Right.
I got a lot of giggles out of it.
A giggle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like a giggle.
But we did see some dilemmas.
We did see some, yeah, which was fun. It was also very fun.
Is there a continuation of the story into episode 19?
There's not.
Okay.
We haven't had a part 1 or 2 in a couple episodes.
So a mild episode when it comes to moral ambiguity and shenanigans.
See, I was hoping,
right,
and I say this very leniently, that the story arc of the nephew wanting to be a ballerina, there could be some homophobic things in it. Nothing, no. Captain Stubing was very open about it. He's like, hey, do what you want to do. My parents wanted me to be a lawyer, not a captain. Look at me, I'm a captain. Do what you love. So he exited the boat with a dream about to be realized. But the thing is, he wasn't a good dancer.
Oh.
How could he be? He's 6'5".
He's a very, very tall man.
Right.
But yeah, there was nothing much to give. But episode 19, there's a few things going on.
Oh, good. I'm excited about a few little things going on.
We're going to check out episode 19 in just a moment.
We'll be right back with more Love Boat Exposed. Go to loveboatexposed.com to send us a message, leave a voicemail, or learn more about the show and our team. Who knows? You might just be invited to the captain's table.
It's a pleasure to welcome you aboard. I'm speaking for my entire crew.
He finds pleasure coming aboard, doesn't he?
Oh, he likes all the pleasure.
They all like pleasure.
Yeah. Speaking of, we haven't seen the Doc in a few episodes.
No, we have not.
I'm sorry to disappoint, but he's in this one.
Oh, yay, Doc is back.
I mean, we want the Doc.
We do. He's our gold mine.
He is our gold mine.
And by the way, officially his name is Dr. Adam Bricker. Doc is his
Adam
nickname.
Bricked Up.
Right. Producer Caleb.
Or Pricker.
Right, Charlotte and producer Caleb. I don't know where you're coming from with this stuff. I don't know what's gotten into you kids. But all right. I mean, I guess you're a little bit coming in hot yourself. Episode 19. We start the second half of our show with episode 19 of The Love Boat, season 1.
Yeah.
Producer Caleb, you pull this crap. What are we about to see?
There is an inspector who's judging the crew on board. There is another plot line where the ugly friend is embarrassed or feels left out because her hot friend is getting everyone. Again, weird thing, but this one, there are more clips of that in there. And there's a pretty racial moment that they use for a cheap laugh.
Oh.
Those don't come often, but they do make the rounds.
They do make the rounds. Episode 1.
Oh, and this was actually a pretty sad episode, if I do recall.
No.
Can you tell us some of the guest stars of this episode 19, season 1 of The Love Boat?
Jim Backus.
Jim Backus was Mr. Howell. And also Mr. Magoo, the voice of Mr. Magoo.
Oh, Mr. Magoo. I do know Mr. Magoo.
Yeah, Mr. Magoo.
Yeah.
And from Gilligan's Island, Mr. Howell. He's very seaworthy.
Oh, yeah, apparently.
He's an old dude.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's
on
roll.
the lots of the production studios. He was very seaworthy.
By the way, let me bring this up. Season 1 of The Love Boat was not completely done in a studio, and many later seasons were in a very controlled environment. You'll see a fair amount of scenes that they actually went out to Long Beach. And the boat,
LBC.
yes, the boat departure points where you could see the real ramps of them coming on. Occasionally, you'll even see the real boat. You could kind of see when the fake shots are mixed in with the real shots. Some stuff looks like a soap opera. The other stuff looks more like a film. So you can see usually when they're actually shooting in a studio and when they're shooting on the actual boat. And I do believe because of budget constraints that at some point very soon, the stuff that's shot in Long Beach and on the actual boat does wind itself down.
Well, there's a good attention to detail about 10 minutes ago when she grabbed that letter in her room.
Right.
There was a little Princess Cruise stamp on the top corner. Yeah.
You ever been on a princess cruise?
No, not
Charlotte?
a princess cruise, but I've been on a cruise to Alaska with my parents, and my sister and I were literally the only people under the age of 60 on the boat.
Were there shenanigans?
Oh, there were shenanigans. There were helicopters daily that took off the dead bodies because people would die on the boat, like old people.
Really?
Oh, for sure. 100%.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a way to go out.
I'm telling you, yeah.
Dead
on
by
a cruise.
cruise.
Yeah, death by cruise. Well, that happened during the pandemic too, but it wasn't the same thing.
That's a little different.
It was a totally different situation.
Yeah, after those vaccines, it did happen.
Yes.
All right, well, let's just roll this next episode and see where episode 19 goes.
Let's do it.
Welcome aboard. Let's see. Okay, you first. That's Aloha Deck. That's right through here, cabin 325. Now, let's see. Oh, Doc, listen, give me a hand, will you? I'm going crazy here.
Are you kidding? I'm a physician, not a room clerk. Well, maybe just this once.
The doc sees the ladies.
Well, hi. Welcome aboard.
Thanks, Doc. I'll take over. Hi, I'm Yeoman Purser Smith.
Dr. Adam Bricker.
I'm Melanie Taylor, and this is my friend Jane Cole. And if you'll help us find our cabin, you'll have a friend for life.
I'll not only help you find it, I'll move in with you.
Oh, no.
Well, with Jane and me and only 2 beds, I think it'll be a little bit crowded, don't you?
Oh, I don't mind doubling up if you don't.
As the ship's official medical representative, I have to veto that idea. Overcrowded cabins are a serious health hazard.
Oh, and what do you suggest we do, Doctor?
Come to my cabin instead.
Oh, my God, this guy.
I always want to see how doctors operate.
Oh, she's going in as a third. Wow. All right. Ouch. I mean, wow.
I wasn't expecting Gopher to get in on that. More...
Gopher will get in on anything he thinks he has a
He'll
chance
try.
with. He will absolutely try. He
But-
has no shame in his game. He literally throws himself out there all the time.
He doesn't have shame in his game, and the doc, Dr. Adam Bricker, seemed to pull the rug out from right under Gopher.
Totally did.
He's heading out with 2 girls, Gopher with 0. That's the count.
He said, as a medical professional on this boat. Is he really a professional? Have we ever even...
He did deliver a baby that one time.
Oh, God, I forgot about that.
And everyone questioned his
ability to do so.
To be a doctor.
So Gopher ends up with 0 ladies. The doc heads off to his cabin with 2.
Yes.
That's what I just saw.
Yes, that's what I just saw, too.
I'm going to say this. I'm just going to say it.
Oh, gosh, here we go. I'm nervous.
Both of those ladies were a little off.
Yes.
The blonde was a little crazy in the eyes. And I'll stop there. And the brunette was just off as well.
I see an episode of Snapped about to happen right now.
Well, the brunette is the considered ugly friend.
Oh, poor girl.
I couldn't tell between the two.
Me either,
honestly.
really.
And to the doc, it really does not matter.
No,
it
Or to
doesn't.
Gopher.
If it's a woman, then he can. He'll try.
Yep.
Well, he took off to his cabin with 2 ladies, and the boarding of the ship didn't even complete itself.
No.
Because it never does. There's no security. They literally just will have anybody come in on that wants to.
That doc is a virile man.
He is.
He is.
He must be taking like early Viagra.
Well, here's the thing, though. So the blonde with the off look in her eyes heads to the doc's cabin with him, and the brunette says, "Hey, I'm going to go with you and watch."
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure I was seeing that correctly.
You totally
No,
saw
yes.
that correctly.
All right,
That's what happened.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
see
what
where
happened.
this episode goes.
You mean the front office sent somebody on board to check up on us?
Yeah, but as Julie says, we don't have anything to worry about.
That's the doc and
Hey,
Isaac.
we're a terrific crew.
I think I know who the inspector is. Did you ever see a more suspicious-looking pair of legs? We can't take any chances. I better go investigate.
Doc's checking out the bikini girl at the pool.
That was the same blonde dude, by the way.
Didn't he already sleep with her?
Yeah.
So she's supposed to be maybe the inspector?
Well, they don't know who the inspector is. It's a mystery.
So he's just going to butter up whoever he thinks he needs to butter up.
He's just saying that just so he could leave the conversation and probably burn her again.
Right.
Or probably put suntan lotion on her.
What are they inspecting, by the way?
Just the crew performance. Just.
Well, that is a farce all in itself.
Okay. Onward.
We're about to see everyone get fired.
Well, excuse me, both of you. I'm going to go pick up some film in a gift
The
shop.
doc is with the 2 girls again.
I have to go too. I hear they're having a sale on scalpels.
Going to the gift shop in
Doc
Eckworth.
takes the prettier, I guess, blonde, and the not as pretty brunette is left there.
Hi, Jane. Where's Melanie?
Oh, she went to the gift shop with Doc.
Oh, thanks, Jane.
All
See you
the
later.
boys are looking for Melanie, the blonde.
Yep.
Jane's left alone. Sad.
That's guy number 2.
Another guy.
Guy number 3.
She's in the gift shop with Doc
Wait,
and Mike.
Gould.
Thanks. See you around. Me
A fourth.
for those.
She's in the gift shop.
It's an old Jewish man, Hasidic. Okay, well, there were 4 men looking for Melanie the blonde.
4 men. What has Melanie been doing on this boat? She's only been there for 1 day. She's gotten around this one.
Well, she has great appeal.
She swam the 7 seas.
Yeah, well, there we go. She choked on some seaweed for sure.
Oof, that's the 70s for you. And as that song goes, traveled the world in the 7 seas.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's looking for something.
Everybody's looking for something.
Melanie's found it.
Yeah, she has.
Okay.
And I want to know how Doc pulls so many bitches when he has socks literally pulled up to his knees.
Ladies are talking. I bet they're boarding that boat and already knowing the rumors about Doc are
You think so?
true.
Like, do you think like he's like presented on the Love Boat Cruise as like your resident physician?
Well, I mean, at least in some kind of chatter, some kind of gossip. I mean, how
Okay.
else does it happen for like Pete Davidson and folks like that?
You're right. Okay.
That's a good point.
Doc
That's
is
a great point.
Doc is the 1970s
He's
Pete
the
Davidson.
70s.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We're at the bar with Isaac.
Thank you.
And an old man.
Very old man.
Say, how come you're not out on the dance floor dancing with one of those beautiful ladies?
Your crew has them all. When do they find time to do their work?
Well, that is part of their work. That's why they never go on strike.
It's Jim Backus. That was Mr. Magoo, voice of Mr. Magoo.
He
cartoon.
may be the inspector.
Oh.
When do they find time to do their work?
Yes. I'm guessing they're setting it up to look like that.
Okay.
By the way,
I trust you on that.
you know, Thurston Howell, again, from Gilligan's Island, and Mr. Magoo, gentleman we just saw, he was doing this role subdued. He wasn't doing his normal voice, you know. So I like that. So he probably is into
Do you not think that might be his normal voice and the other voice he does is sort of like his actor voice?
Maybe.
Oh, I just made you ponder something.
Uh-oh. He's deep in thought now.
He is, isn't he? You just saw the whole change.
How many others from Gilligan's Island actually make their way to the Love Boat? What do you think? He's the first.
Is he the first?
He's the first.
I thought we've had more.
Not from Gilligan's Island. We have Jim Backus, Mr.
Well, I guess we
Howell.
have to go through episodes to find out if like
Yeah.
Ginger shows up or
Right,
like,
Mary
you know.
Ann.
Yeah.
Professor,
The professor. Who knows who can show up?
Alan Hale, the skipper, and Bob Denver.
Well,
Gilligan.
Gilligan.
I have a feeling they're going to show up, but let's just see where this whole episode
okay.
goes
Let's
first.
just find out.
I don't know. Can I hum a few bars?
It's an old man. I think that's the guy who's looking for the blonde, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I put that clip in because it's pretty much very, very racist. he's speaking a foreign language. No one knows what he's saying, and he repeats this phrase at least 10 times throughout the episode just for a cheap laugh. It's
Do we take a stab at what he's trying for? Is that
we do find out what it is. I'm pretty sure I left it in at the end of the episode, but it's just throughout this episode he's saying this Russian thing, and he looks very Jewish, and it's just a cheap laugh, which is a bit disgusting.
Yeah.
And we like the way producer Caleb drops these breadcrumbs.
I love breadcrumbs.
Young lady and
There's a dude singing to a woman on the dance floor.
Sarah.
What are we looking
Is
at?
he about to die?
Are you all right?
Isaac coming in to help a choking passenger. I'm not sure what that is related to. What is that?
it's a setup. It is a setup for the sad thing that I mentioned.
Oh. But like, why would she run away from a choking man? Like, wouldn't you try to help him?
I would.
Call the doc.
No, don't call the doc.
Well-
He'll just leave the coughing man and just try to sleep with that young woman.
You're absolutely 100%
He'll be like,
correct
just
on
stop
that.
coughing for like another 30 seconds. I'll be done really quick.
Yep.
All right. Okay. And next.
Tonight, Mike invited Melanie to my cabin.
Ah, well, don't just stand there.
Is that Elliot Gould?
Yes, with the ugly chick.
Is it really Elliot Gould?
Would you like something to eat? I'm cold room service.
No, thanks. I'm not hungry.
All right, I'm going to stop this here for a second. I normally don't do this. This is what is considered the ugly girl, the brunette, who is friends with the pretty
Who is not ugly.
She's not actually. They're both about the same.
Yeah,
on the scale
exactly.
Of, ugly or not. And this dude comes in looking for the blonde. It's a dude we've seen before, one of the 4 guys that's looking for the blonde. He comes in, and she's ready to say, hey, want to party? Want to hang?
So basically, the ugly brunette is sharing a room with the hot blonde.
Right.
And curly hair guy, who is in the room with brunette, is rooming with one of the other guys who are chasing the blonde.
Right.
And those 2 guys are canoodling in their cabin right now. And so he's left out alone with no other cabin to go to. So he's going to the ugly girl's cabin.
So you're saying these 2 guys are canoodling. You mean the blonde?
The blonde and the,
Right.
His roommate.
And his roommate, yeah.
Gotcha.
By the way, I'm going to inject this into the dialogue. 2 dudes will be canoodling on the Love Boat. It's just not yet in 1978. A little bit later, we will see more.
I hope we see all the canoodling.
Well, it's not yet. It's not here. In fact, this gentleman who does look like Elliot Gould is not really Elliot Gould. I don't know who he is, but it's not that important. So let's just continue this.
Okay, I'm down for it.
Magazine? Well, guess there's only one thing left for us to do.
Oh,
let's go to bed.
Wait.
Oh.
Kissing. Okay.
That went from 0 to 100 really quickly.
Wow.
You want to look at my magazine? Oh, okay, no. Then let's just let's just let's just go to bed.
So it's like, oh, where's the blonde? Oh, she's not available. Okay. What do you think of me? Okay, yeah, let's.
And how many times has that happened in dudes' lives? Every time.
Caleb?
I can't say I have for me.
Option 2 is not really the worst option when you want to screw on a boat.
That's true. Yeah. That is true.
I'm just saying.
They should quote that. That's prophetic right there.
Yeah, thank you. I think so too.
That's like the next to like Aristotle quote.
Thank you. I love that. Oh my God. I love being compared to
I
Aristotle.
do not know where this episode's going, but I see, producer Caleb, you've pulled about 4 minutes and 20 seconds of other near-do-well material.
I love a 420 situation.
Smoke it up. Light it up. We're coming in hot.
All right, Joe Rogan. The old man who was having a coughing fit.
He's alive.
Is with the younger woman again.
Sorry for that display.
I left you when you were dying.
Sarah, this isn't easy for either of us.
What am I gonna do without you?
So she's leaving him because she doesn't know how to face that he's going to be dead.
Pretty much.
All right.
Really,
pretty
that's
much.
sad. Why'd they go on a cruise together? Are they
I don't
together?
know.
Did they meet on the cruise?
I don't know if I should tell you.
Is he going to be airlifted from the cruise like all those people on my Alaskan cruise? Like,
Well, I see there's a frame up on the screen as we roll into the next clip, and I'm seeing the quote pretty, unquote blonde, and she's got gentleman number 3 and gentleman number 4 around her, and let's just see where this clip goes. She's at the pool. She's wearing kind of a sundress.
Yep. Hey, yo, buddy. I haven't seen you around. Where you been?
Well, Jane and I have been keeping pretty busy.
Oh. Yeah, I'll bet.
Hey, I gotta tell you, buddy, you have really been a heck of a good sport about this. And I won't forget it either.
What do you mean?
Well, you know, keeping Jane out of her hair the way you've been doing.
Yeah, asking her out for a drink the other night.
Okay, I'm going to stop this scene again. So the camera just did a crazy zoom
It
to
did.
Jane, the allegedly ugly girl who's behind listening to this
She's
entire
just hearing this
conversation.
whole...
And she's not happy. It looks like she's about to cry. So
It's terrific, but keeping her busy so Mike and I could be alone together, that's even better. Here's your coffee.
Well, because she just realized she was used.
And she slapped Elliot Gould lookalike.
Well, then good for her. She should have thrown that coffee in his face.
Yeah, yeah. But here's my question.
Oh, no.
Was he liking her? Was he feeling sorry for her? Was he horny and attracted to her?
We don't know yet because we have to roll the next clip and find out. Maybe he's about to go to her room and apologize.
Here's the next clip.
Charlotte, you're a prophet.
I've been told that.
Jane?
It's the Elliot Gould dude.
Open up. I'm going to stay here until you do.
He's got very curly hair, much like you, producer Caleb.
Yeah. He might be my
Overhearing
father.
What the
Oh.
kid must have heard. Well, what you don't know is what I was going to say to them. That they did me a favor.
He's not the greatest actor.
You're different from any girl I've ever met.
I've heard that 1,000
Quiet,
times.
and sensitive,
Not that part.
and real. You don't have to worry that you're not like Melanie.
Insensitive.
You're you. You're special.
Ugly.
Well, anyway, I just want you to know.
Well, he's not a prize either.
I love
Oh,
you.
God knows.
He
Well,
loves
why didn't
her.
you say so in the first place?
Oh, she popped out kissing on him. Oh, and there's the pretty blonde and the,
Well, I'm glad
pretty
to
boy.
see you two finally made up. Would you mind if we used the cabin?
Yes, we would.
Girl, yes.
Oh,
Sex before sex.
Boom, boom, boom.
they stole the cabin.
They're gonna have to do it in the broom closet.
Please do not disturb.
Wow.
I'm proud of her
I'll tell you
for
what.
standing up to that Melanie.
Yeah, you're right. I completely agree. You know what this episode is missing?
What?
Charo.
Oh, Charo.
Imagine she just strutted right down the hall.
Everything is better with Charo, really.
I'm hoping we get to see her again sometime soon.
Or Shaka. Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan.
2 minutes, 12 seconds. Let's see what's next.
Okay.
Let's go, sleepyhead. Wake up.
Oh.
Got a lot of packing to do.
The young woman is.
Mrs. Lambert.
All right, I'm going to stop this again. I'm a little jumpy today with my buttons.
You're quite jumpy.
So the young girl with the guy that's dying is knocking on his door saying, hey, little love bug, come on, wake up. And now the captain has walked out with the doc and they look
Like
sad.
two detectives coming up to your door to tell you that someone you love has passed away.
They're holding a letter too.
I'm going to hope for the best. Let's see.
I don't think there's going to be a good thing about this.
Yes.
May we have a word with you in your cabin, please?
What is it?
Please.
This is not good.
Nope.
What is it? Tell me, please.
Mr. Sherwood, a few hours ago.
He isn't.
No. He's still alive.
He wanted me to give you this.
Please, will you read it?
My dearest, darling Sarah. The end is coming sooner than the doctors foresaw. And as we agreed, I want to see this thing through alone. The short time I have left would only be torture for us both. So I have left you while joy was still with us, as it has been from the moment I first saw your beautiful face. Do not fret, my darling. Sarah.
Dramatic.
Only my life is ending.
Camera zooming in on her.
My undying love for you will live on.
Wow.
Well, that's the best acting I've seen from that goddamn captain the whole time we've been watching this show.
Yeah, and the girl seems like she has Tourette's or something.
I think she's just really upset, Rob. The love of her life has left her and he's dying. Can you have some damn compassion?
I'm reminded
I mean,
of a dog.
oh no, don't bring up dogs on this because then I will lose my mind.
I won't even go there for
I can't even watch like Marley and Me or Our Planet
But
on
it
Netflix.
reminds
It
me, I'll say
terrifies
this,
me.
that the dude is like a dog, which all respect to dogs.
To all the dogs listening, all respect to you guys.
Yes, where the dog just wants to go away and not have to deal with the burden that he puts on people.
Oh, my mom's cat did that. It was terrible.
Animals, God bless them, they're better than people.
Way better than people. We don't deserve any of them.
What if they just populated the Love Boat with? What if they just?
Why haven't we had a dog on board?
We have. We had that dog stowaway. Remember? And then the guy got roofied.
we had a chimpanzee stowaway.
We had a chimpanzee and a dog. And
Okay.
And remember, the priest had 6 dogs.
He had 6 children. Oh my God, you are terrible. Roll the last clip. You are terrible. Oh my God.
Squirrel is so nice.
I must see someone in charge immediately.
Oh, well, sir, you're in luck. Here's the captain.
Oh, I am the company inspector for the Princess Lines. You're the inspector?
I don't remember seeing you on this cruise.
Well, that's what I was trying to say. My father drove me to the dock and disappeared. And while I was rushing around trying to find him, the ship sailed without me.
Thank God he found his dad.
His dad is the Russian stereotype.
That phrase that your father just used, Miet Kiorsky Pershnaya Podoska. What does that mean?
It means, have you seen my son, the inspector?
Julie now all of a sudden speaks fluent Russian, by the way.
I thought that was
just
really
want to say,
funny.
she literally speaks fluent Russian at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand it. Also, I would say for an ethnic son, he was about as white bread as anybody.
Oh, he looked like a Republican congressman.
All right, well,
Yeah.
that wrapped it up. I mean, I'd like to say it wrapped up on an upbeat kind of projectile.
Well, the father and the
not
son
really.
found each other. That was happy.
Would you like me to break the news?
The ugly girl got f***ed. That makes me happy.
The ugly girl found happiness. Yeah.
Yes.
The person who was having a coughing fit was the young girl's father.
Oh no.
So.
Wait, what?
So the guy that was dying.
Right, dying man.
So that letter he wrote to his daughter?
Producer Caleb, tell us this is episode 18 and 19 now wrapped up, put to bed, buried, so to speak.
Yeah, buried, as we say.
Buried just like the dad.
Yes.
Yes. Well, we didn't really see him die, but let's just assume he went out with a Viking funeral.
Yes, I would love one of those. I just want someone like shoot arrows into like a life raft.
I'll do that. I'll get that bow and arrow. Just
Will you do that for me, Caleb? I would,
got you.
or just shoot me into space. Get some bottle rockets and like
Viking
tie my
funeral,
stuff and
much
just
better.
boom,
I'll get
boom.
like some Diet Cokes and some
I love this
Mentos.
idea. I'm so down.
So, producer Caleb, you were saying we're nearing the end of season 1?
I'm
of
pretty
Love
sure
Boat?
there's
Okay.
like 25 episodes in
All right,
season 1.
I don't even want to get into the numbers. Let's just tell the listening audience that we're near the end of season 1. And how many seasons are there?
1 million.
Yeah, there's 1 million. I think it goes into 82, 83, 84, and we're at like 78. Okay, as producer Caleb rapidly pulls his phone out and starts punching numbers, we're going to see exactly how many numbers.
There are 9 seasons. Of
9
Love Boat.
seasons of Love Boat, which gets us to 1988.
And in these 80s episodes is when we start seeing
Lots of cocaine.
transsexuals that have had the operation.
Perfect.
We start. I don't know that we see cocaine. I do know that we see.
Are you sure? Because Julie had a lot going up her
Julie
nose.
sees cocaine.
Yeah, Julie
Right,
sees cocaine
right.
for sure.
We see a fair amount of brutal man love.
Wow.
Whoa. Whoa, Rob.
Look, I added the word brutal.
But what about chick love? Do they show chick love?
I don't know.
Is it brutal man love and passionate chick love?
Dude, I'd be down for that. Let's change the channel. Let's put this stuff on like Reddit.
And here is the point where we depart.
Okay.
What will happen next week? Will brutal man love debut on the Love Boat? Will ladies get into some heavy scissoring?
Some scissor sisters.
And?
Wow.
And
Well,
that's it. You've left us speechless and stunned.
this now needs an NC-17 rating.
To all the dogs out there, we apologize for your ears.
Yes.
We're sailing away, but we will be back with a new episode of Crime Cruise, Love Boat Exposed. Make sure to subscribe. We're on all your favorite podcast platforms. And connect with us at loveboatexposed.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure, but I have duties on the bridge. Good evening.